In the last video we had discussed regarding the reaction of metals with water, right? Now we are going to discuss regarding what happens when metals react with acids. That means the reaction of metals with acids, right? So if metals react with the dilute acid, right, then the product, if metal react with dilute acid, the product will be salt plus hydrogen gas. That means along with the formation of salt, hydrogen gas will be released. Now suppose you can consider any example. In case of magnesium, suppose magnesium is a metal, it is known to us, right? And if it react with the acid, hydrochloric acid, right, HCl, it is an acid, then the product is what? Magnesium chloride plus hydrogen gas. That means what? This is a metal, magnesium metal. When it react with an acid, HCl, the product is salt plus hydrogen gas. So whenever any metal react with the dilute acid, then the product will be salt plus hydrogen gas, right? Now in case of nitric acid, this equation can be written, for suppose magnesium I have written here. In case of aluminium, zinc, iron, it will be of what? Same type. That means the type of salt or what kind of salt it will be, it depends upon the type of acid and the type of metal you have taken. Suppose if it is aluminium, then the salt will be aluminium chloride, right? If it is what instead of HCl, if we consider the acid like sulfuric acid, then the salt will be different. Suppose it will become what? Magnesium sulfate. So on the basis of acid, the type of acid and the type of metal, the salt will be of different type. Now you see the reaction of metals with nitric acid, right? When metals react with nitric acid, normally we know that if metal react with dilute acid, product is salt plus hydrogen gas. But the reaction of metals with nitric acid, it leads to the production of water, not the hydrogen gas. That means if the metals react with nitric acid, then instead of producing hydrogen gas, we used to get the product as water. Now the reason is that nitric acid is a very strong oxidizing agent, right? That means what oxidizing agents are those which can give oxygen or which can oxidize others. Due to this nature of a strong oxidizing nature, at first when metals react with the acid, the product will be salt plus hydrogen gas. Now this produced hydrogen gas will be converted into water. That means it will be oxidized to water, and this nitric acid itself gets reduced into the any form of nitrogen oxides. That means it might be N2O, NO or NO2. Okay, suppose the reaction for different metal will be different. Suppose in case of iron, if we consider in case of iron, then when iron react with this nitric acid, then you see the product is of type, you see here the corresponding nitrate of this iron, this is a salt, right? Plus here you see nitrogen oxide, right? Monoxide plus water. So here what happens, the salt will be of this iron, right? Salt will be of this iron, right? And water formation will occur. Along with this, an oxide form of nitrogen will be formed. So whenever any metal react with nitric acid, then due to its strong oxidizing nature, instead of producing hydrogen gas, it will form what? Water. That means what? First hydrogen gas will be produced and it will be converted into water due to the strong oxidizing nature of nitric acid. And this is not found in case of magnesium and manganese. Okay, these are two the exceptional metals which won't evolve or which won't release which won't form water. That means they will release or they will evolve hydrogen gas as usual how metals react with the acid. Now one more term we will get here, that is aqua regia. Okay, aqua regia, this is what? A mixture containing concentrated hydrochloric acid and concentrated nitric acid in the ratio 3:1. That means what? In a mixture of hydrochloric acid and nitric acid, in which the concentration of hydrochloric acid, if it is 3, then the concentration of nitric acid will be 1. That means if the concentration of hydrochloric acid 3 ml suppose amount, then nitric acid will be suppose what, 1. So the ratio will be 3:1. And this is a very highly and corrosive liquid. That means this mixture is what, very corrosive. That means it has the ability to dissolve even gold and platinum also, which are very less reactive metal, but still they can dissolve the gold and platinum too. So that kind of corrosive liquid mixture is aqua regia. Okay, now the next, how do metals react with solution of other metals? Salts. That means what, reaction of a metal with the solution of other metal salt. Let us consider an experiment here. You see, in this case two test tube is taken, right? This is the iron nail. You see here iron sulfate solution. This is copper. Left side one test tube you consider. This is the iron nail, and this reaction is very well known to us in chapter number 1 also. We have got regarding this. This is the iron nail. The solution is copper sulfate. This is the cork thread. Experiment is set up right here. Actually our target is what, you see, a reaction of metals A with salt solution of B. So in this experiment the metal A is what, iron, right? In this reaction experiment, metal A is iron, and the salt solution of B, suppose we have taken the metal B as copper sulfate. So the salt solution of metal B, that means metal is copper, so salt will be what, copper sulfate. It's one solution taken. Then what is being mentioned here, that during the course of reaction we will get salt solution of A. That means salt solution of the metal A will be formed and metal B will be in a separate way. So here you see in this case, if a iron nail is dipped in a copper sulfate solution, then it is very well known to us, when iron is dipped in copper sulfate solution, then a displacement reaction occurs, right? And this displacement reaction leads to the formation of this ferrous sulfate plus copper, right? So here you see this is the metal A, and salt solution of metal B we have taken. Here it is what, salt solution of metal A plus the metal B. So when it is possible, this is a kind of displacement reaction, and this condition when it is possible if the iron is more reactive than the copper. That means if the metal A is more reactive than the salt metal of the if the metal A is more reactive than that of metal B, whose salt solution we have taken, then only displacement reaction will take place. Because in the definition of displacement reaction, we know that when more reactive metal displaces the lesser one in comparative to the first one, right? So if metal A is more reactive than the metal B, then it will displace the metal B from its solution to form a new salt solution of that particular metal which is more reactive. So in this case what will happen here, the reaction will be, when iron react with copper sulfate, then this ferrous sulfate plus copper will form. So this is a kind of a displacement reaction, and what is the condition to take place this reaction? The metal A must be more reactive than the metal B, right? Now how can we know that which is more reactive, which is less reactive? There is a reactivity chart which is shown here. You see activity series. In this reactivity series, right from the top to bottom, and the decreasing order of reactivity is shown. That means what, potassium is the most reactive, and gradually sodium, calcium, here their reactivity decreases, and the least reactive one, gold, right? Now we have to learn this particular chart as per sorry, this chart should be learned so that we can get to know that which is more reactive and which is less reactive. Because if the displacement reaction to take place, then we must know that which metal is more reactive, which is less one. Besides this, the extent of reaction of different metal is found different, right, on the basis of their reactivity. So for this purpose we have to learn this chart. Now to learn this chart you can learn this particular line so that you can learn it very easily. You see, it will be like, yes, please stop calling me a ginger, instead like her call me simple guy. That means what? Here this P for potassium, okay, then S sodium, right, then M magnesium, then A aluminium, then Z zinc, I iron, right, then L means lead, H first, that means first letter of this word, right, for particular word, R H copper, this way up to gold. That means you learn this particular statement, and from this only you can come to know that the reactivity series, to understand them very properly. So you learn that please stop calling me a ginger, instead like her call me simple guy, so that you can learn this reactivity series. And now you just recall the reaction of metal with oxygen, or the reaction of metal with water or acid. Everywhere we'll come to know that on the basis of their reactivity they are reacting. Suppose sodium and potassium, we got in case of oxygen they are most reactive. That means we can't keep them simply open, right, because as they are more reactive, that's why due to this more reactive in nature they can catch fire easily. So to avoid this accidental fire, we have to keep them immersed in kerosene oil. In case of water also, we got that they can react with cold water very vigorously, right. So that particular fact is actually based on their reactivity only, and which is evident from this chart. Okay, thank you. So for today up to this much. I hope you have been revising, and the chapters which are already taught to you, besides this keep revising again and again, right? Okay.